everybody. Just out here in the shop this morning getting ready. I'm gonna head out and give Jacob a little hand with this job. And we just got back from Alaska. I was gonna go and video Alaska, and then we ended up getting out. Well, it'll be on Jacob's video, but we ended up getting out to Skagway, way up northeast Alaska, and then we did the one job, and I didn't end up filming the first job, so I was planning on filming the second job, and then the ferry broke down, so we were stuck in Skagway for like 6 days. It's gonna be on Jacob's channel, so I'm just unpacking my stuff right here. I got my 661 that I took. I wanna show you this thing. I built a suspension kit for it, so I'm gonna actually run it today, and I'm going out to help Jacob some small trees or something, but kind of wanted to run the saw a little more to get the feel of it for myself to make sure everything's good. So this is actually Garrett's saw that I built for him, and he bought it from Walker's. This saw is 661, but it's an Arctic, so it's got the heated handlebars on it. Hit the switch and then the handlebars are all heated. And these are, I believe, only available in Canada. But if you're interested in getting one of these Arctics, I think they have other models also. I don't know a ton about the Arctics, but you can get online or call Walker's. They have them in stock, I believe, and they do ship. So it's kind of a cool saw. It's got our clutch cover on it here, and I ended up building this saw. It's got triple port on it. But I ended up building a suspension kit for the 661. Let's see if I can zoom in here. It's got a urethane gear bushing here in the front to sturdy up the front. The spring is heavy duty enough on the 661, but the sponge bushing was kind of given a little movement back and forth, especially when you got a bigger bar on there. It would kind of collapse the front a little bit. So I went ahead and manufactured another bushing here. There's actually a stud that sticks up from the gas tank that goes into the center of this thing. So that's the factory bushing there where the stud goes into. We've tightened this one up and changed the hardness of the urethane. We did a bunch of testing on this. Garrett ran some, and then I wanted to test it myself here at the very end. And just with these two bushings in this thing, it's really nice. It doesn't vibrate or get that hand numbness like the older saws did. I'm used to running the older saws, so I always like the firmer feel. I still like the spring suspension because it's so nice. You know, it's like your hands aren't just vibrating at the end of the day or getting numb. This thing's like a happy medium. You can put a 42-inch bar on it now, or a 36, and you don't get that loose feel like it's gonna fall apart, or if you get stuck on a buck and you're trying to pull the handle, it doesn't feel like it's gonna come apart anymore. So that bushing right there made a ton of difference. I'm gonna throw my bar on this thing and run it today. I don't know what kind of wood we're gonna be in, but I'll be helping Jacob, so I'll just film this and see what happens. But I'm gonna throw the bar on this thing and load her up. Well, I hear the rain coming. Throw this bar on here. I actually got to run this 661 a little bit in Alaska. I got about a day on that suspension kit, and it feels really nice. So I want to get some more time on it before we go into full production. I went up to Alaska and took my 36, and we ended up in pretty small stuff, so didn't end up working out. But Alaska was really pretty. It's something to look at, but I didn't get to get any big timber, so it was kind of a bummer, but it all worked out. Jacob and I got to get on a little puddle jumper plane to get out of there. That was probably the coolest part of the trip, honestly. Let me show you something here else I did to this saw. I showed it on another video before, but I didn't have the part number, and I got the part number now. So I got this little polyurethane bushing that you can buy from Stihl. It protects that lower dog bolt. It really guides your chain in there close. But here's the part number on it, and I believe these only fit the 661. So that's the part number for it, and here's what it looks like. Kind of a brass bushing in there to keep it from bottoming out. A lot of meat there to wear out though, so pretty nice guide. But I did do that to this saw. So here's a discussion that I actually had with a buddy of mine the other day. This is how I tighten my chain. I don't know, everybody does their own stuff differently. Probably gonna be big discussion about this. Some guys do it one way and some guys do it the other way. Once I put my chain on, I basically just kind of let the bar relax down on the studs, and I just tighten the tension up to where it's really snug, and then I tighten my bar nuts. I started out by lifting the saw up on the bench like that, and and then tightening it up, and it kind of does bring a little bit more slack into it. People could argue that the sights, you know, aren't gonna line up one way versus the other way. I just always found it easier just to let the bar relax down, tighten up the chain, and then just reef down the bolts. I've never had my bar come loose or an issue with my sights. I guess if you wanted to eliminate that, you could set up maybe a string line and maybe get 100 feet out and see if there's actually any deflection in the sights moving your bar from this to that. I imagine there might be, but a lot of the bars are, the profile's different. Some bars have more belly or less belly. So in my mind, that could matter too, depending on the diameter of the tree. This is just how I do it. So I'm not saying that everybody's got to do it that way, but I just let the bar relax down on the studs and I just tighten it up. Pretty tight. And we're ready to load up. So this is my newest member of the family here. Bought a dump truck. I did get rid of my square body Chevy and I bought the dump truck, and Jacob and I were gonna start doing a little more jobs around here. So the dump truck's gonna come in really handy for our little jobs, and I have a tractor that has grapples on it, and Randy ended up getting a 18-inch chipper, so I'll be able to haul my tractor and everything out to the job sites now. So this is gonna be nice. I've been daily driving this thing for a little bit. All right, let's get her going. Been working on this thing, getting it ready so I can start using it on jobs here. I want to get a lift gate for the back so we can throw logs in the back. Come in a little more handier without that. Oh, I gotta throw my gas can in. Right now I just have a normal gate on it, but if we can get the lift gate on it, then we can chip into the back of this thing. Grousers. Gotta love them. This was my grandpa's original logo from the 40s. So I gave it to the graphic designer and they drew it all up, and then I had a guy named Paul Mackey down in Vancouver do all the pinstriping on the truck, but he brought back my grandpa's old logo from the 40s. I'll have Tanner throw up a little picture of it in the video. I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know if the camera's gonna be very steady there. Jacob's got my holder. Saw rig, put your bar right underneath there. That's the hot ticket right there. Gotta roll slow past the neighbors here. Old Don, he stays up late. He's a good dude. But if you drive fast past his house, he'll come out with the rifle and shoot at you. So we like to roll slow. Don't need any bolt holes in the new Kenworth. You guys are probably wondering, what the hell is this guy doing? He's supposed to be a saw mechanic, not driving a dump truck. Well, a little background to my history. I grew up in road construction, so grew up running heavy equipment and driving trucks since I was in high school. So getting this truck was kind of basic for me and a no-brainer. I like to invest in stuff I can make money on, so this is going to come in handy on doing little timber jobs and arborist stuff. So that's why I bought this thing. Sure brings back memories. I used to drive quite a bit. Anyway, get on to Jacob's house. My stereo broke the other day. Got nothing. All I got is the turbo. I know there's a couple diesel guys out there, but listen to this baby. Baba baby. Haven't got any good exhaust on her. That's just factory. We'll get there. It's gonna be a good day. Like that sun. Never get tired of Jake brake. Just got to Jacob's here. Of course, he's still in bed. Guy can't get up. This is his new bucket truck. I think it's in good condition. This is the first time I've seen it. He's been busy with this thing already, but I got to drive this out to the job today. And then he bought Randy's chipper, so that's cool. One thing I like about Jacob, he's got balls. He ain't afraid to go after it. I think that's important because you got to have some balls in today's world. Otherwise, you ain't going to get anywhere. Oh yeah, she's nice. Well, I'm gonna get loaded up. My stuff out of Little Speedy. You've seen it before.
Yeah, it didn't look nothing like this though.
Oh, I've been working hard.
That's cool.
Yeah, the guy did a hell of a job.
Man.
That's called gold leaf right there that he did. It's a nice job. He does the pinstriping first, and then he has like this clear. You see the clear piece right here? And then he paints on the clear and then puts the clear onto the door that he hand painted. So if you ever sell the truck or whatever, you just pull the clear off. Yeah, you ready?
Yeah, damn YouTubers first thing in the morning shoving cameras in people's faces.
You sleep in?
No, I slept
You
in
told me 7:30.
It's not 7:30.
It's not? It's pretty close.
It's 7.
7:04.
Yeah, but you've been here for like 10 minutes. Well, it looks good, Gordy.
I like your chip truck. It looks nice.
Thanks. Just washed it yesterday. All these big rigs.
Let's do some tree work,
Yeah.
huh? Well, we just got to the job here. Jacob's gonna trim up this maple. This is one of the nicest maple trees I think I've ever seen. Wish I had this thing in my yard. Really nice and uniform. Anyway, he's gonna take all this stuff back from the house, clean all this up, and then chip it all. I got my trees back here. That maple's kind of, base of it's leaning this way, and then the top's leaning that way, so it's kind of a haywire looking one. That maple right there. There's another little cherry back here, but we'll get back there to her. This right here, this little cherry's gotta go. I gotta swing it out of the top of this one. Otherwise it's gonna get tangled up here in the cedar. Really small stuff, but this guy over here, this maple, it's a little different. I have to walk back in here, and I don't wanna smash up all these alders, but top of this thing's leaning that way, but the base is leaning way back. Got a lot of weight sitting back towards the house here. This thing's all dead. Fur is a mess too, look at it. I'm gonna walk back in here. I might have to take this alder, but I was gonna try to swing it into this hole, trying to choose the least path of destruction. I think I'm gonna go right through this hole here. I'm gonna leave that alder and see what happens, but I don't wanna start cutting all this down and make myself a big hole in here or nothing. But this timber falling is a little different than arborists, because you're obviously trying not to destroy this guy's property. So I'm gonna try to swing her into that hole. I'm gonna mitigate all this stuff out of my way. she's gonna get that alder. A lot of weight. Probably got a little bit more than an inch holding wood. Get in there. She don't want to go. These maples are always so deceiving. Come on. I'm gonna tickle it just a little bit. Oh, I gotta get more wedges. Yeah, these maples are always hard to read. Got a lot of weight on this stump here, but triple stack now. There's my hinge. You think it would have went over by now? I think I just need a little bit more. Jacob's wedges are not clean, so they're wanting to bounce out. Ooh, what do we got here? Where can I get that bad boy in at? Jeez. I need to get this pair out so I can triple stack there, but they're wedged in there pretty good. Get some of this crap off here. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Put that alder, it would go, but that'd be scary.
That alder's gonna go. It's not holding it though. Too much weight in this. On the move now?
Moving a lot.
There we go.
You know what, dude, you know what's holding this tree is that fir limb.
What's up?
That big fir limb.
Is that what's holding me?
Yeah, it's holding this whole thing. One fir branch. Look at it bowed out.
Holy smokes.
That branch is gonna explode eventually.
I'm having flashbacks to the to the hemlock.
Yeah.
Let's see if the big cow tongue can get her.
Oh, it's going.
Oh! That was nuts. It was that fir branch.
It didn't even break. That branch didn't even break. Dude, that's crazy. How
Yeah.
far that is. It didn't even break. I can't believe it held that whole tree.
Look at this.
That's how strong fir is.
I mean, I was cut up.
Yeah.
That side was rotten, so it had pulled that side first.
I can't believe that branch, that one branch held that entire maple, and it didn't even, I thought that branch was gonna explode.
I was aiming for this hole, but
That limb.
the fir branch threw me off into that area, but it ended up working out.
I didn't even see that fir branch before you started.
I didn't
That's
either.
Crazy, yeah. So your face cut is like right here.
Yeah.
And the tree landed here. Just because
I'm
of that
faced
one,
up right at that hole,
just that one stinking branch.
right there. I thought it would
That's incredible.
slip into that hole, but ended up saving out anyway.
I can't believe that one limb pushed this whole tree all the way over there. It wasn't even like on the collar.
Well,
of
remember the
limb.
hemlock? How bad that was
Yeah.
in that cedar branches.
Yeah, small limbs.
But look at
can
how
do
much
a
lift
lot
I had in that sucker.
It's not like it was even on the collar of the limb. It was like halfway out too.
You never know what you're gonna get into hanging out with Guilty.
So I had you back here. I'm trimming the.
Yeah,
I'm
you
doing
give me all the tough stuff.
The ISA certified. I gotta do the brain stuff up there.
I feel better now because that thing was getting a little spooky.
I'll leave the brute work to to people like you.
Right on.
Yeah.
On to tree number 2. Well, now the owner, he wants it all diced up, 6-foot chunks. That was kind of interesting. Suspension feels This guy here wants to tangle in that. I'm gonna try to swing it out here. Looks a little better. I was able to sneak it by. Kind of started to pinch my saw. I was trying to cut that far corner and it set, and it kind of rolled out, and I was able to cut it off and it rolled out, but everything turned out. I brushed everything out, and I didn't throw my chain once. I usually throw my chain a bunch if I'm brushing, but I think that little guy right there has a lot to do with it. I'm really happy with the suspension, really happy. So by the time this video comes out, we'll probably have that suspension kit available. I'm gonna head on up front and see how Jacob's doing. That's looking good. I think he's got a couple more on this side, and we'll have to clean her up. Well, we just got finished up here. Jacob's blowing it out. That maple turned out nice. Anyway, that concludes this video. I got some more stuff coming, so I'll get at you guys later. Say goodbye, Jacob.
Bye. Like and subscribe to Guilty of Treason.
Yeah. Unfollow. We're out of here. See you guys.